Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time and spending a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And what I'm going to talk about in this video is just like you see here on the screen, what happened to Living Worlds. You know, right here it says, live it, discover the next generation of Living Worlds. What has happened to Living Worlds? And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. But first, I'm going to allow you to watch the original trailer for Madden 25 and the introduction of Living Worlds. Then I'll come right back and give my thoughts. Catch you in a bit.
You know, when an opposing team comes in to play us, the crowd gets so energetic and so loud. The field, when you're actually out there, literally shakes and you get fired up to play there.
The Living World talks to the entire atmosphere.
The environment's alive like it hasn't ever been.
When you look at the whole picture, you've got a crowd that's involved in the broadcast.
They've got more animations than they've had in the past.
They have emotions that's being driven through a logic system.
If you throw a deep pass in your home stadium, the crowd's going to stand up, and they're going to get excited if you land the catch.
And they're alive and they're a part of the game just as much as the players are. The head coach is represented on the sidelines at all time.
When you run out of bounds, players will catch you.
They're going to corral you and celebrate with you and send you back out onto the field. The cameramen are going to get out of your way, but they're also going to lock their camera on you. Everything is alive. Everyone is interacting with the play. It makes you feel more involved, more immersed in the game.
All right, so now that you've had a chance to re-look at the original trailer for Living Worlds back in Madden 25, let me explain to you what I'm referring to. You know, they talk about all of these things that were good things, you know, a good start, you know, the crowd reacting to the situation, whether good or bad, you know, the catching each other on the sideline and interacting with each other on the sidelines, right? You know, all of this to me was sounding like a great start going into the next generation of consoles. You know, at this time we were going into the Xbox One and the PS4. Great, you know, great additions. You know, like it says here, 40,000 3D character models, and they all do different things and different animations, the introduction of other coaches on the sideline with the headsets, etc., etc. But here's the thing. Number one, we didn't even see the sideline interactions with each other until I want to say Madden 18. Might have been 17, but if I'm not mistaken, I think 18 was the year when Rex said, you know, we finally were able to go after that. It being a priority, it finally made itself on the priority list, and that happened. But it's still not up to snuff. To me, it's the equivalent, or maybe a little less than what we already saw in All Pro Football 2K8. So I'm not overwhelmed by that. The sidelines still look the same for the most part as far as the figures. But then the next part I want to talk about really quick before the video ends, I want to talk about, you know, EA has got to get to a point, man, where we're not being oversold and underwhelmed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where's the addition to Living Worlds? By this point, if they would have added to what was advertised here in this video, there's no telling where Living Worlds would be at this point. And nothing has really changed since then, outside of the fact that finally there is a little bit of interaction with the players when you go out of the out of bounds. But it's still not to a degree where you would expect. You know, it's still not what you see, the reaction from the sidelines in NBA 2K. It's still not what's being advertised for NBA Live 19 and how the crowd will be able to interact and the benches will be able to interact and the players will be able to taunt the bench, etc., etc. We don't see that still in Madden. Okay, you know, you guys have already seen the videos from, you know, EA Play and all of that. And listen, up until now, we all can see what the sidelines look like. You know, a lot of you guys have played the beta. And I would only assume that's what it's going to be. You know, unless the final version, you know, once full presentation and all of that is in the game is something different, we'll see. You know, that's not nothing that, you know, anything that I know of. That's nothing that I've been privy to as far as, you know, being told that there would be more interactive environment and such. I haven't been told anything like that. With all of the information that I have, you know, been given in regards to Madden 19, which of course, you know, y'all always know there's some things I still can't share yet until the game drops, but that is not one of the things that is included. So I asked the question, just like I'm assuming everyone else would ask, when are we going to see things that are implemented in the game built upon? It's still the exact same. And to me, you know, it's hard to accept those type of aspects, because I understand, as much as I understand, you know, the political side of it, the political aspect of what goes in, what goes out. This is not something that I'm pointing at the devs about, but this is just my question, man, to marketing and, you know, whoever else is in charge of these type of things, you know, the investors or whoever it is that makes the decisions as far as what goes in and what doesn't go in. If that's the case, then I just would ask that you stop advertising things and you don't deliver on it. That's my only plea. Stop advertising things that don't make it into the game or doesn't translate into the game the way it was marketed. And that's the only beef I would have right now with EA Sports and any other company that does that. But we're talking about EA Sports right now, particularly Madden. Got to get past that. You know, we got to start looking at the higher level, and it's not the dev level anymore. We got to start challenging guys like Carlos and, you know, other guys who are in high positions. Please start delivering on the things that you advertised in the past, or even for whatever current game you're making. Don't advertise things that are not going to make it in the game. Or don't overhype something that doesn't work out the way that you're advertising it. You got to get to a point where that's not happening, because that's where you get, you know, the remorse from the community. You know, even us guys that understand the process, I still have to question things like that. Well, why did you even say that? So that's just my quick thoughts, man. I want to hear what you guys have to say in regards to Living Worlds. What happened to it? What are your feelings about it? Will we ever see it grow further than what it is right now? All right, so that'll do it for this particular video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, hit the like button, and we'll be back at you soon with some more content. All right, guys, like always, let me know what you think. Peace.